Crawford and I actually looked at some data today just for the high school for the end of the year. Approximately 800 students out of the 1,230 had 0 referrals. So that's over 65% of the students that don't have any. So as you look at some of this data, just remember that most of this is for a small number of students. Incident totals. Notice I did 2023, 23, 24, and then this year, first semester, just going through the different referral rates, just to list out. You'll notice that the first column, relationship behaviors, was down. The second column, behaviors that endanger self, that was up a little bit. Safety concern, those were down a little bit, and that's the drugs, alcohol, and tobacco vapes, which I'm going to highlight that in another slide. Or behaviors that impede academic progress, those are down, and then up were relationship behaviors. So that is one of the things in there are cell phones, and I'll kind of highlight that a little bit later. So we did those were up quite a bit this year. Specific behaviors, if you take a look, so I did the fights and assaults, weapons, drugs and alcohol, and then nicotine vapes. And if you'll look, fight and assaults, that was actually up this year quite a bit from last year. It was down last year. Weapons were up, but those were all knives. If those of you that sat on the discipline committee know that we had quite a few of those this year, so those were knives. Drugs and alcohol were down. And then if you look at the nicotine vapes, those were actually down quite substantially from last year. So I'm hoping that some of the things we're doing on the nicotine vapes are helping, as well as the THC vapes and other drugs and alcohol things. Bullying investigations, that was relatively the same. Division totals 38 versus 39, and then each school is listed there. And then the important thing that I like to show you is the investigation results, those numbers, and you'll see there were no second offenses. So that's important. So hopefully the things that we're doing are working. High school, this is just some high school data that we did. The high school had 580 cell phone referrals this year, which is quite a lot. So
that was thanks to the new cell phone policy.
Right.
It'll get better.
Yeah, hopefully. Then the ASC numbers, Dr. Wells asked me to kind of crunch some of this. So there were 294 referrals for ASC, 157 students. 54 of the students were repeat offenders, so about 34% of the students attended ASC more than once. One of the things that we discussed for next year was maybe putting a limit on the number of times that they go to ASC.